While there's really no off-season for a destination wedding, June is typically thought of as the ideal month to tie the knot. So this week, we're taking the plunge with a bridal show. Our centerpiece looks at what's hot in Southwest Florida. People come here from across the globe to take their vows. Formal, casual, beachy, or woodsy, it's the perfect setting for marital bliss.
A lot of our destination weddings are at the hotels along the beachfront. But then also for the locals, they like to do the more unique venues like Hayes Venue, Burroughs Home, the Heitman House. And we also have a lot of our couples that like to do the private residences. It's a much more intimate feel.
Next up, a flowery forecast. It wouldn't be a dream wedding without a blushing bridal bouquet. You've seen them on social media, now get the magic for yourself.
So this is an example of a garden-style wild bouquet. And it's tied with plant-dyed silk ribbons, which are really popular right now.
Then saying I do to an updo, a classic look gets an unpolished twist. A local expert shares her secret. We'll have those stories along with the latest in our Positively Healthy Medical series. I'm Amy Osher, and this is Behind the Headlines. I'm Amy Osher. Thanks for joining us. Once upon a time, weddings were held almost exclusively in a place of worship, with the reception held in a hall next door. But my, how times have changed. Nuptials are big business these days, a multi-million-dollar affair to remember. From concept to completion, wedding planner Kara Cardinal vows to do whatever it takes to make her couple's dreams come true.
It's about two people coming together and enjoying the time with their family and friends, mostly because they are destination weddings. So they've come from all over the country or all over the world.
Today's trendy twosomes are seeking a truly memorable experience.
So we help them do a design plan, find all their vendors, and put the whole thing together.
It's very important because of the weather. Basically, weddings are year-round.
Daily News reporter Ashley Collins finds social-savvy brides have clearly crafted visions.
It's something that, a lot of brides just want to go on Pinterest and kind of look through what other brides may have done and ideas they can use as decorations for their own wedding.
Many of today's wedding parties are skipping the church and heading outdoors.
A lot of our destination weddings are at the hotels along the beachfront. But then also for the locals, they like to do the more unique venues like Hayes Venue, Burroughs Home, the Heitman House. And we also have a lot of our couples that like to do the private residences. It's a much more intimate feel.
Ceremonies are still tradition-based, only tweaking old styles in favor of something new. The decor is key, with draperies hung on trees or arches, intimate lighting, and extra touches setting the stage.
Signs seem to be a really big thing, whether they're placed along the ceremony site or they're telling guests where to go. Ceremony is this way, dancing's this way, fun is this way. That seems to be a really big thing. And then calligraphy as well, where they have big seating charts that are either on glass or on mirrors, maybe a window, and they're handwritten, so guests get to see this beautiful piece of art in front of them.
Even the food is getting a fresh makeover, the happy couple choosing what makes them happy.
Angus beef sliders, and they're doing pizzas with their wood-fired pizza, and they're delivered to the table. And then also the family style, that seems to be a big thing where big bowls of food are brought to the table and each table gets to share.
And a big change is downsizing the big cake.
You're seeing more naked cakes now, which are the cakes that are semi-iced, and then they're embellished with flowers or with fruit. But I would say the biggest trend right now seems to be small, maybe 2-tiered cakes versus 4 or 5 tiers, and then a big selection of desserts that go along with it.
Dessert tables are really the big thing. It used to be a candy buffet where they would set out different colored candies or different types of candies, but now it's different desserts.
All these desserts here, is this something you might put on a dessert table?
Absolutely. Definitely the tiramisu and the chocolate tart, I would say.
The devil is in the details.
Like, what if we did the old-fashioned chocolate with maybe another, a different flavor, middle.
Tastings are a must, Kara says. Everything needs a once-over.
Cake is one of them. We also do their food tasting. And then florals is another one, and typically during florals I'll bring the linen book so they get to see the different linens, because those two really go hand in hand. Hair and makeup trials are both very important. She actually had her hair trial yesterday.
Bringing all the moving parts together, joining a couple in marriage is #WeddingGoals. One tradition hasn't gone out of style. Flowers are flourishing. Like everything else associated with the big day, the florals are often a trendy topic. Forget yes to the dress. Some brides take pride in flowery praise. When the big day is captured in pictures, the florals are always one of the bright spots. Nowadays, Instagram is often a first stop for inspiration. Sean and Melissa Stevenson use the social site to showcase their unique arrangements.
Instagram's probably the best tool right now for a business like ours. It's a visual platform, and what we do is very visual. Brides can go and look at all the different floral designers and wedding planners from all over the world and see different things that they like. And it's great. It's a great tool for them and for us.
Kaleidoscope Floral aims to deliver with cutting-edge wedding bouquets. Here's what's trending in Southwest Florida.
What's really popular right now is a wild and organic look, garden-style arrangements where you look like you just went into a garden and hand-picked all these wildflowers yourself and arranged them organically. So this is an example of a garden-style wild bouquet, and it's tied with plant-dyed silk ribbons, which are really, really popular right now. A lot of brides really like loose flowing ribbons. They photograph amazingly, and they just make everything look even more organic and natural.
When it comes to romance, nothing sets the stage quite like flowers, leaving a lasting image of love in bloom. It's safe to say most brides come through countless wedding magazines looking for hair inspiration. One of the most popular styles remains the updo, only nowadays it's not an uptight look. Local stylist Amy Handy makes the messy bun look easy.
We're going to start with a high ponytail. If you're having trouble getting your high pony, just tip your head upside down. It definitely doesn't have to be perfect, but a cute high ponytail is exactly what you want to start with. Again, your teasing brush, hair powder is great here too. Something to say about the hair powder, hold it far away. A good 12 inches is exactly what you need so you don't get a ton of residue all over the hair. But I like the hair powder because it gives it a little extra texture. So we've got our cute high pony. You can smooth out any bumps that you want with your teasing brush. Now, the teasing is the fun part. This eliminates the need for that donut that some people like to use, which are great. But if you don't have a donut, what do? So, you use the teasing method with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and leave it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and what you're doing is you're creating your own little donut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to look like a big old mess, but I promise it's not hard to brush out at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now while you have your big cushion, take your teasing brush and smooth it down. It's just going to give you the outside of your bun. Then I like to take a tiny little bit of hairspray, smooth that over. Smooth it with your hands, and look, you've got your cushion. Grab it by the end. All of a sudden, you've got your own little donut. You're going to twist it, push it down so it's in that good shape. And just like we did the other bun, you're going to just take the ends, tuck it into the ponytail holder, and you've got your cute little top knot. You can take your bobby pins, secure it in there, and this is perfect for a beach day, a sundress, and a glass of wine. Got your cute little top knot, just like that.
Coming up, a gift of love. A local infant is recovering after undergoing a heart transplant. That story is still ahead.
Life here is amazing, and so is the joint care. At the Total Joint Center at Physicians Regional Healthcare System, we've changed the experience of joint replacement for good. With our comprehensive joint care program, most hip and knee replacement patients return home in just 2 days because we know you want to get on with your active life. Pain-free living starts at Physicians Regional Medical Center, Collier Boulevard, and Physicians Regional Medical Center, Pine Ridge.
Hiring the right moving company is important. Best Moving and Storage is a family-owned and operated business serving Southwest Florida for over 22 years. From our free in-home estimate until the last piece of furniture is in your new place or stored in our climate-controlled warehouse, we treat you like family. Best Moving and Storage is fully licensed and insured, with all of our employees being certified drivers and packers. When it comes to protecting your treasured belongings, choose a company that's experienced and trustworthy. Call Best Moving and Storage today at 239-592-6565.
There's always something new at Thayer's, and this Memorial Day weekend, everything is priced to sell. Don't miss spectacular store-wide savings with exclusive bonus savings on Beach House by Tommy Bahama only at Thayer's. Half off the newest designs from Stanley and Paula Deen collections, or this beautifully crafted queen bed by Thomasville. And check out this new contemporary look by Universal. Everything new is in and on sale now. There's Memorial Day weekend sale. Don't miss it.
My name is Steve Unser, and cabinetry is my specialty. I have been creating custom designed cabinetry for 20 years in Southwest Florida. And now I am celebrating the grand opening of our new Naples showroom. Steve Unser Cabinetry will help you design your kitchen, bath, or home office with stunning results, offering the best quality of cabinets with a wide variety of design options and pricing to fit any budget. If your kitchen isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Now 2 locations to serve you.
The area's only 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting for the care you need. And because we're full service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. Only at Physicians Regional Healthcare System.
Is your auto insurance keeping pace with your life? Ask for a AAA Triple Check Insurance Review to see if your current policy is still a good fit. An agent will assess changes in your life, like new vehicles or drivers. Make sure you've got the right coverage and all the discounts you deserve. They'll also see how a AAA membership can round out your protection on the road. Plus, provide roadside assistance, discounts, free services, and vacation extras. Ask for your AAA Triple Check today.
Life here is amazing, and so is the joint care. At the Total Joint Center at Physicians Regional Healthcare System, we've changed the experience of joint replacement for good. With our comprehensive joint care program, most hip and knee replacement patients return home in just 2 days because we know you want to get on with your active life. Pain-free living starts at Physicians Regional Medical Center, Collier Boulevard, and Physicians Regional Medical Center, Pine Ridge.
Staring at a computer screen for hours on end can put a hurting on your eyes. Doctors start to get concerned if it goes from being a mild irritant to a chronic condition. We take a closer look at dry eye in this week's Positively Healthy. It's estimated as many as 30 million Americans have some form of dry eye, and experts say with our increasing dependence on computers and smartphones, the problem is only getting worse.
In mild cases, it's a minor nuisance that some humidifier or some light artificial tears may help. In severe cases, it can be blinding.
Symptoms include itchiness, scratchiness, stinging, and burning. Distracting, certainly, dry eye can also impact vision, which is why ophthalmologist Timothy Quinn puts a focus on treatment.
Any symptoms of scratchiness, irritation, intermittent blurring with visually intensive activities like the ones we've discussed, any of those conditions should be treated.
The first step is a full examination.
How are the health of the eyelashes, the glands of the eyelid, the glands on the surface of the eye, the lacrimal gland, the drainage system, the skin of the eye, does it have folds in it or other things that may aggravate the dry eye symptoms.
Based on individual circumstances, there are many solutions to choose from.
Starting with artificial tears. Beyond that, you move on to anti-inflammatories. Steroids work very well with the drawback that they have side effects, including glaucoma. and cataract. So we don't like to use those long term, but they may help in the short term.
For more persistent cases, newer in-office procedures are now available, which target underlying issues.
There are new light treatments, much like are used for skin health, that seem to help the glands. Other treatments, office-based treatments. Next step, LipiFlow, which heats and massages the glands.
Pulsed light treatments work to unclog the eyelid glands and restore normal oil flow, which prevents tears from evaporating. It's sometimes used along with LipiFlow, which also helps oil production. Treating dry eye can both ease suffering and prevent future problems.
It's often not taken seriously because it sounds like just a minor irritant.
Born with a heart defect, a 5-month-old baby from Naples is recovering from life-saving surgery. Liz Freeman is following her progress in the daily news. Lucia Torres was born in December and diagnosed with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which is an abnormal thickening of the heart muscle. The condition was first detected in an ultrasound during mom Anna Torres' pregnancy. Little Lucia was put on a waiting list for a new heart on March 1st. Then last week she received her transplant. Lucia is now recovering at Joe DiMaggio's Children's Hospital in Hollywood, Florida. Her expenses paid in part from fundraisers. Her mom is a teacher at Golden Gate Elementary. You can read more by logging on to naplesnews.com. Now it's time for a quick look at what else our reporters are covering on the beat. Guys?
Thanks, Amy. Hi, I'm Shelby Reynolds. I'm the food reporter at the Naples Daily News. National Donut Day is coming up on June 1st, so this week I visited Trackside Donuts in Bonita Springs. The restaurant at the corner of Old 41 and Bonita Beach Road with the red pointy roof is owned by a husband and wife team. This week we visited the restaurant as they prepared their donuts and apple fritters at midnight, which is when they make them each night for the next day. Find the story in Wednesday's Naples Daily News or online at naplesnews.com.
Hi, I'm Ashley Collins. I'm a reporter with the Collier Citizen. This past week I got a chance to hang out with Sugar Shack, made up of 6 partners who produce music videos for local and visiting artists. I got a chance to visit their Sugar Shack home in Bonita Springs to check out how they're working on a project for Etana, a reggae artist. For more on this story and to check out a video on how they work, visit naplesnews.com.
Hi, my name is Brittany Carloni and I'm a reporter for the Banner and the Naples Daily News. This week I covered an Estero Village Council meeting where council members held a workshop on Estero Parkway. It's the village's first major capital improvement project, and council members have narrowed down the road designs to 2 options. One includes no roundabouts, where the other includes 3 roundabouts. Most residents at the meeting did not like the idea of roundabouts on the roadway. Read more about the meeting in last Saturday's edition of the Banner or online at naplesnews.com.
Not to be outdone, here's Brent Batten with his weekly commentary. Brent.
Thanks, Amy. Just when you think you're making progress against the reptiles, here come the amphibians. On Tuesday, the South Florida Water Management District announced the capture of the 1,000th python by hunters working to eradicate the invasive reptile from the region. But as soon as that milestone had been reached, officials began warning us of the dangers posed by the cane toad. These large, ugly creatures, their population boosted by recent rains, secrete a poison that can be deadly to pets and toxic to humans. When seen, cane toads should be killed, the experts agree. But this is where it gets crazy. To humanely euthanize a cane toad, we're told we should capture it, rub a 20% benzocaine gel on its belly, then freeze it. Capture it? Should I put on my hazmat suit first? Rub its belly? Is this a deadly toad or a puppy? Freeze it? Hey honey, should I put this benzocaine-coated live toad next to the ice cream or the pizza in the fridge? I don't care how dangerous cane toads are. My wife would let 100 of them hop around our yard before she'd allow one in the freezer. How about this? When I see a cane toad, I'll stab it with a frog gig, that spear-like device used for, you know, gigging frogs. Or maybe I'll shoot it with my kid's pellet gun. One shot, back of the head, the toad won't feel a thing. I don't mean to sound heartless, but sometimes we get carried away in our struggle to be humane. A toad certainly would be more distressed to be picked up and handled by a human than it would be to be quickly dispatched. Cane toads, pythons, lionfish, and other invasive species don't belong here and should be eradicated, which is really just a nice word for killed. Let's not let our determination to be humane get in the way of doing what needs to be done. And let's keep our ice cream separate from our cane toads. I'm Brent Batten. Be sure to read my columns on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays in the Naples Daily News. Check me out on Facebook, and as always, thanks for watching.
So maybe it was the royal wedding that got us into the spirit, but our interest was nothing compared to a Naples tea room, which did the wedding in style. That's ahead on Behind the Headlines.
The area's only 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting for the care you need. And because we're full-service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. Only at Physicians Regional Healthcare System.
My name is Steve Unser, and cabinetry is my specialty. I have been creating custom designed cabinetry for 20 years in Southwest Florida. And now I am celebrating the grand opening of our new Naples showroom. Steve Unser Cabinetry will help you design your kitchen, bath, or home office with stunning results, offering the best quality of cabinets with a wide variety of design options and pricing to fit any budget. If your kitchen isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Now, 2 locations to serve you.
Hiring the right moving company is important. Best Moving and Storage is a family-owned and operated business serving Southwest Florida for over 22 years. From our free in-home estimate until the last piece of furniture is in your new place or stored in our climate-controlled warehouse, we treat you like family. Best Moving and Storage is fully licensed and insured, with all of our employees being certified drivers and packers. When it comes to protecting your treasured belongings, choose a company that's experienced and trustworthy. Call Best Moving and Storage today at 239-592-6565.
Life here is amazing, and so is the joint care. At the Total Joint Center at Physicians Regional Healthcare System, we've changed the experience of joint replacement for good. With our comprehensive joint care program, most hip and knee replacement patients return home in just 2 days, because we know you want to get on with your active life. Pain-free living starts at Physicians Regional Medical Center, Collier Boulevard, and Physicians Regional Medical Center, Pine Ridge.
Is your auto insurance keeping pace with your life? Ask for a AAA Triple Check Insurance Review to see if your current policy is still a good fit. An agent will assess changes in your life, like new vehicles or drivers. Make sure you've got the right coverage and all the discounts you deserve. They'll also see how a AAA membership can round out your protection on the road. Plus, provide roadside assistance, discounts, free services, and vacation extras. Ask for your AAA Triple Check today.
There's always something new at Thayers, and this Memorial Day weekend, everything is priced to sell. Don't miss spectacular store-wide savings with exclusive bonus savings on Beach House by Tommy Bahama only at Thayers. Half off the newest designs from Stanley and Paula Deen collections, or this beautifully crafted queen bed by Thomasville. And check out this new contemporary look by Universal. Everything new is in and on sale now. There's Memorial Day weekend sale. Don't miss it.
A few weeks back, we previewed the celebration Bramble's English Tea Room had planned for Harry and Meghan's big day. And like the wedding itself, the event didn't disappoint. Our daily news team captured the royal festivities. It was a fancy affair with feathered hats, tasty treats, and of course, tea. Owners David and Sharon Ott left nothing to chance. They pride themselves on delivering an authentic English experience. But for this event, they rolled out all the stops with commemorative china, wedding cake, and even life-size cutouts of the wedding couple. Finally, this has nothing even remotely to do with weddings, but it was too good to pass up. GoPro cameras are known for durability, but this is pushing the limits. News press photographer Andrea Melendez was creatively profiling the bird patrol at Southwest Florida International Airport when she strapped a pair of GoPro cameras on a border collie named Echo. The idea was to get a dog's eye view, but things didn't go off as planned. Echo lost the harness and cameras somewhere on the vast airport property. Now, just recently, almost a year later, an airport employee found the rig. The rugged camera survived the elements, even Hurricane Irma, before being found video intact. So finally, we get to see what happened. And that's our show for this week. As always, we thank you for making us part of your day. You can always catch up on past shows by logging on to naplesnews.com. On the homepage, scroll down to quick links and select behind the headlines. I'm Amy Osher. See you back here next week. So, yeah, what is it with a donut wall? What is a donut wall?
Okay, so a donut wall is a place to put donuts. They need to be not filled. They need to be empty because it will squirt all over the place. Typically we have them, just a chocolate donut or a cinnamon donut, and they are hung on a pegboard. So my husband built one for one of our weddings. It's 7 feet high and 4 feet wide and has pegs that stick out. So the donuts sit on the pegs. Sometimes they're tabletop, and then sometimes they're a full-size wall of donuts.
Now, obviously that looks very cool, but do the donuts have to be good? Are they locally made donuts? You're not just going out to a shop and buying a donut
Absolutely.
from the grocery store?
So what we've been using is Peace, Love, and Little donuts because they're just teeny tiny little bite size, and you take 3 bites and they're gone. And they look good, they taste amazing. And then what we'll do too is if the couple wants to have toppings, we'll do a nice little dessert table with donuts set out. So, you can have ones that
are there ever any donuts left over?
Once in a while, there's like a cinnamon left because not everybody loves cinnamon, but I don't discriminate. I'll take any donut.
Fun. It sounds like a lot of horseplay too, though. Like you put donuts on a peg. I imagine those things going all over the place. What about kids? Are they included in weddings and receptions anymore?
Oh, absolutely. A lot. Believe it or not, actually, a lot of our weddings that we do specifically are second marriages. So they have kids from their first marriage, and we find really fun ways to include them. A lot of times if they're smaller, we'll have them as the flower girl or the ring bearer and have really fun signs for them to carry. Daddy, here comes your girl is one. And having them part of the ceremony where they exchange necklaces, or they're saying vows to the child.
You're kind of marrying the family.
So you're marrying the family, not just the person, which is really fun. And then also having them included in the reception where they're walking in, they're introduced with the wedding party, and they're just having a ball, and they get to have a shout out, and it makes them feel really good because they are part of the family.
Yeah, that is nice. How important is a tasting? Is this where it all really comes together?
Absolutely, because if they don't like the cake on their wedding day, that's it. There's only one shot for that. So I like my couples to be able to come and try the different flavors, know what they like, know what they don't like. So when on their wedding day, or if they don't get cake on their wedding night, afterwards, they enjoy it.
Do you whittle it down usually to a couple of things for them to try when they come in?
Yes, absolutely. So typically what I do is I give them 3 choices, because that way, and they're each a little bit different, and that way they get to try 3 different things that are not exactly the same, and they have choices. But if you give them too much, it's paralysis by analysis, right? And it's just too much. There's 15 different cake flavors and 15 different fillings, and
so what did they decide?
So they decided to do an old-fashioned chocolate with peanut butter mousse on the bottom layer, an old-fashioned chocolate with raspberry mousse in the middle layer, and then again the old-fashioned chocolate with the peanut butter mousse on top with a white